Hello everyone and welcome to another royal reading. Now I have just done a reading on Prince Harry and his let them eat cake moment, telling us all to quit our jobs, we don't like them, doesn't matter, walk away and go and follow your bliss somewhere else. And that seems to be the route that he is taking with Spotify, because allegedly Spotify is rather concerned by the lack of content that Harry and Meghan have produced. They've managed so far for their £18 million deal, alleged £18 million deal. So far, they have managed about 30 minutes of content, and that was with a little help from their friends. And now, a year later, we're almost at the end of the year, nothing at all has appeared from Harry and Meghan on Spotify. But somebody, a sleuth out there, has noticed that Archie Wells' COO, Mandana Diana, I'm not sure how to say her name, is taking emergency podcast lessons online. And I think that's absolutely hilarious. So it seems to be that there is a bit of a panic on in Montecito about that £8 million deal. No, the cards actually want me to shuffle some more. And I am going to be looking, of course, at the Spotify deal. I have looked at it in the past. It didn't look like it was going to go very well. A little bit more shuffling. And then we're going to be doing a Celtic cross and one more. And just have a look and see how it's going now, because it doesn't look like it's going well at all. And when I say one more, we're not quite done. Now we're done. As the cards start flying out, they want to talk. And I am using the Crow Tarot for this reading. And for those of you who are interested, this is the Crow Tarot. It's a lovely deck. It's very good when you are reading on media type of things, and of course social media, and that's where we are today. Does Spotify qualify as social media? I don't think it does, but anyway, new ways of getting music to us at minimal cost to whoever owns Spotify and minimal return to the performers, apparently. That's just my opinion. But anyway, there it is. Spotify deal. We have underlying energy, a money card, 7 of Pentacles, and that is a sitting in and having a look and taking stock card. I think it's a very appropriate energy for this reading, and that is analysing. The crow is sitting there with all those pentacles in its nest. It's gathered a whole lot. It's taking stock now, and was it worth it? That's when you sit and you have a think, and was it worth it? Is there a suitable return on my investment? And looking at accounts, looking at books, looking at ledgers, looking at all that stuff, was it worth it? And certainly for Harry and Meghan, it seems to have been worth it. Possibly Spotify is having a good look at this deal right now. Accountants are in, and there is some discussion and there's some thought about whether this really was worth it from Spotify's point of view. And I have to hasten to add, this is a tarot reading. This is all just for entertainment purposes, all just my opinion. And please form your own opinions about the crow who's been busily feathering his nest with pentacles. So, heart of the matter in this reading is from Harry and Meghan's point of view. So the heart of the matter for them right now, 10 of Cups in reverse. It hasn't worked out. This dream that they had, this vision of that they were going to produce this glorious content and wow everybody with their wonderful lives, how happy they were, the sunflowers, the rainbows, all those cups, the lovey-dovey couple, everything, but it's upside down. And I think the heart of the matter is really that they can't sit together in a room or a studio and record content together because they just can't fake it enough to bamboozle all of us. We saw a year ago that they had to call in their friends, and even Archie, whose privacy is so highly guarded that we never see his face, and if anyone dare show his face on their Instagram, they are taken down immediately, the photos. But we were allowed to hear Archie gurgle at the end, giggle, and all of that. So a lot of faking going on, but faking that's not successful, that they really can't pull off. Can't put those two in the studio and get them to record because they are very, very unhappy. So a lot going on with this card. A lot of think about their own personal unhappiness as a couple, my opinion. And a lot going on with the dreams come crashing down around them. Just generally, I think that things not going very well for them, despite winning court cases, despite feeling invincible, as apparently Meghan does right now. Can't still bluff us, the peasants out there who are still toiling in our joyless jobs. And so I'm not going to let that one go. So challenges for Harry and Meghan right now. And we get the Hanged Man in reverse. They're out of time with this. The Hanged Man, when you're hanging there, when the poor crow is hanging from that tree with the poppies down below, very interesting because we have just been through, of course, the poppy season in the UK in particular, but November. We're now in December, and the Hanged Man, when it's upright, you're waiting, you're in limbo, you're hanging around. And upright, when the card is in reverse, it's over. The waiting is over. The delay is over. You're back in circulation. If you were going to be executed, if you've been a prisoner on death row, clink, clink, the door is open, the keys in the lock. The executioner is there waiting for you, and I don't know why that image has come to me so vividly, but it is as if there is an execution. And who was it who said there's been an execution in the family? I can't remember. Somebody will correct my appalling literary knowledge in the comments, and thank you in advance for doing it. But there is an execution in the family. I think they're not going to be able to pull this off. Major Arcana there with the Hanged Man in reverse. They're out of time. And sentences being delivered on them, seemingly while the thinking going on, but thinking almost over. Hanged Man is a thinking card in reverse. Thinking is done. Now it's time for action. So what's hidden from us right now about this whole Spotify deal? What's really going on? And we get the Six of Wands in reverse. It's a failure. It's a disaster. Six of Wands. And it's very interesting because I had just had this same card, different deck, same card, Six of Wands in reverse in the Let Them Eat Cake reading, which was quite an eye-opener, and that's not clickbait. I try not to do clickbait. This was a failure, a resounding failure, and this whole Spotify deal has been a resounding failure. We're talking Harry and Meghan's point of view. It's been a huge failure. They haven't managed to achieve anything at all. And there was talk that apparently Meghan was trying to buy content from other podcast producers. There is a name for it. I can't remember the word right now. It's not a word I'm familiar with, but you buy these things. It's almost like presentations, and I'm showing my vintage, I would say PowerPoint presentations, but it's that kind of thing. It's the concept, and with all the attached information, and say this now, and play this music now. I assume that almost a script, and but it failed dismally so far. So what is their focus, Harry and Meghan? What is their focus right now with Spotify? And they're frantically trying to make this work, but they can't. Eight of Pentacles, a lot of Pentacles coming out here, and Pentacles, Eight of Pentacles is of course working on something, perfecting your craft, mastering something when it's in the upright, printing money. In the reverse, they are not mastering their craft. They cannot. Hence, the hasty signing up for this Mandana Diana with the emergency podcast lessons. And I assume that they want to bring out a Christmas podcast. I didn't ask that, but we'll see what's coming up in the future here, and whether there is going to be a Christmas podcast from Montecito to rival the Queen's speech, and I'm sure there will be. And but not going well. They're certainly not able to produce content. They're certainly either haven't worked on it. Eight of Pentacles in reverse, haven't done any work, or they're working really hard but to no effect. I can imagine that Harry, lazy so-and-so, is not doing any work, and that the other one is busy trying to steal, why not? I'll say it, steal other people's content. And of course, just my opinion, that's just what I think, and no grounds to base this on, just my wild surmisings in a tarot reading, which is just for entertainment purposes. Past energy. The sun in reverse. This is a very gloomy reading. Another failure card. And they haven't managed to be glorious and victorious and shine on Spotify as they thought they were going to shine on Spotify. They have failed to shine completely. They really haven't achieved anything. The Sun card speaks for itself. Sun card in reverse is an appalling energy of failure, of ruin, of lack, of depression, of misery, and it ties to this 10 of Cups card, which is the heart of the matter, that I just think that there is a lot of depression, a lot of misery in Montecito. We see that. I did a reading recently on the vibe in Montecito, and it was awful. I had to really go and scrub that energy off myself after that reading, and I'm feeling the same vibe here with this reading, that I really need to get this energy off me when I finish doing this reading, and I don't feel that very often, even though I'm reading on these two. Normally it's for me anyway, light entertainment at this point. Never used to be. I used to really feel it quite deeply, and I feel terribly involved in it, but now I've learned to be more detached and just to see it for what it is. And for me, it's a morality tale, it's a lesson, and that's why I'm doing these readings, really. So near future, are we going to see something from the Harkles finally? Are we going to get a Christmas podcast? What's going to be happening in the near future? And 9 of Cups in reverse. It doesn't look good. Doesn't look good for them. And of course, that's the greedy card for me always, the gluttonous, greedy energy, reveling in all that stuff that they've got to consume. And their dreams, their wishes fulfilled in the reverse. We've already had the 10 of Cups in reverse. Now we've got the 9 of Cups in reverse. Very unhappy energy, very unfulfilled, unsatisfying energy. They're not going to fulfill their commitments, I feel, with that card. That's how I'm reading that card. It's sitting right above the 7 of Pentacles, which is the underlying energy of this reading. They're not fulfilling their obligations to Spotify. I am tempted to say that they are not even going to manage a Christmas podcast at this point. Of course, Catherine, on the other hand, is producing this carol service, Christmas carol service, not to be broadcast by the BBC. I think that is tomorrow, if I'm not mistaken, and something to look forward to. Harry and Meghan. William, of course, has done the Apple podcast to great acclaim. The Walking One, everybody absolutely loved it. Harkles not going to be delivering the goods, and if they do deliver the goods with this 9 of Cups in reverse, it's not going to go down well. It's not going to be received well. People aren't going to like it. People are going to click off. They're going to exit and say, no thanks, I don't want to listen to that, can't be bothered. It just doesn't work for me. Doesn't fit what I feel I want to be fed at this point, the kind of energy, the kind of content that I want delivered. Thank you, but no thank you. So specific questions for this reading. What is the relationship like right now between the Harkles and the Spotify company? Ooh, the Tower in reverse. It's over. It's over. It looks like it was over a while ago. The Tower came crashing down. We see that with the Sun in the reverse as the past energy of this reading, that it looks like it came crashing down a while ago, and we're just beginning to find out about it now. And of course, as I say, there may be one lame podcast that rounds off the year for them, and hence the frantic lessons that this COO is taking. But the Tower came down a while ago, and it's over. And I don't think anybody is trying to rebuild the relationship at this point. Tower in reverse for me in this context, with given the cards that are around it, means the Tower is over. That Tower is never going to be rebuilt. It has crashed, it has burned, it is finished. Major Arcana. This is a really negative reading, and I know some people probably think I'm sitting there stacking the deck and trying to squeeze out very negative readings for the Harkles, but I truly am not. These are just the cards that come out time after time after time, and you can tell the shock when a good reading actually happens for the Harkles, because it genuinely is shocking to me as a reader when I get a good outcome. We'll see what this outcome is going to be like, and this reading, maybe it be one of those shocking surprise endings. We'll see. What pressure are the Harkles under from Spotify at this point? Make something happen, and make it happen fast. As I said, clock has stopped ticking with the Hanged Man in reverse. They're out of time. You have to, we're in a business partnership. The Two of Wands is very much a business partnership card. You have to make something happen. You have to deliver the goods. We had an agreement. We had a deal. Now do something. And I think that they're getting some quite surety emails, messages from people, high-ups in Spotify, saying, we've paid you however much. Allegedly it was £18 million. We've paid you all this money. Now jolly well deliver. And if you don't, there will be consequences. A very stern feeling here from these rather Japanese-looking crows sitting there with those flowers there, but not good for the Harkles. They're under pressure, definitely. I would say by the end of the year, if they haven't delivered something that people actually like, is going to be made public that they are out and the deal is over. Shifting the cards down so I can bring them better into view for you. Hopes and fears for the Harkles right now with Spotify. They're hoping that they can still swing this, and they really are, both of them, very deluded and very I don't think either of them has much grasp of reality at this point. But Ace of Pentacles, they're hoping for that big payday still, that they can still pull this one out of the fire, this new start. Aces of always new starts, new financial start, because it's Pentacles, that they're going to somehow manage to, as I say, pull this out of the fire and please Spotify and get that big payday. It doesn't look to me as if they have been paid much. It looks like they're riding, the payment is waiting the outcome of whatever content they're supposed to deliver. And so let's see the outcome. And I'm a little bit nervous now. Is it going to be one of these surprise endings when the Harkles triumph? And drum roll, new start for the Harkles. I'm tempted to read this as literally the fool, that they look foolish after this and have to go off and start something else somewhere else. And I don't think that they're going to get a new start with Spotify. They may come out with something that is pretty amateurish content that it does cause some degree of mocking. I'm getting that energy from this card, and but it looks as if Harkles are going to be off on a new adventure pretty soon, and I think severing this relationship, that it is already over. They've been given a little bit of a grace period to come up with something, but if they don't, off you go. Go try something else. You've got lots of other things you can go and try. You've still got that Netflix deal to do, all that content to make for Netflix. What's happening there? Go away, go start something else somewhere else. Don't come bothering us again. I don't think that this means that the Harkles and Spotify are going to be going on a brave new adventure together, not in the context of these cards that have come up in this reading. I think more egg on face and go and salvage your reputation somewhere else, but not with Spotify. So we'll see what comes up in the next few weeks. They don't have much time left this year to produce content, and we'll see if it really is all over, which I do think it is for the Harkles and Spotify. So thank you for watching as ever, and I'll see you on the next one.